the device manager that allows you to configure your Digital IQ series matrix. If you recall, the Digital IQ series is a series of video matrix switchers, 4x4, 6x6, and 8x8. Model numbers KD HD 4x4 light, 6x6 light, and 8x8 light. The 4x4 is a 16, the 6x6 is a 26, and the 8x8 is a 32-port master controller with built-in compass control. And in fact, there are actually 17, 27, and 33 ports when you consider that the RS-232 port becomes available without the need for an external control system. And we call those the bonus ports, as you may remember from your C1 exam. And it's done similar or identical with a USB cable. However, the difference is the USB cable is a USB to USB A to A type cable. It is not a USB A to micro cable. Now that cable is included in the packaging for your for your HD 4x4 light, HD 6x6 light, or HD 8x8 light. And the software we're going to use is the HD Lite Device Manager software. It is the same software whether you're using a 4x4, 6x6, or 8x8. So I've connected my USB, I open the software, and it tells me that it was able to install the device driver software successfully. I go to download in order to get the latest firmware, and it does the exact same thing, which is it's going to put it into bootloader mode. And as a note for you, if you're working with an HD Lite, now that it's in bootloader mode, you should see that every single blue light on the face of the unit is illuminated. That's the indicator that it is in bootloader mode. Sometimes people do weird things and get it stuck. If it's in bootloader mode, there are ways to, of course, get it out of that. You'll want to contact Key Digital Technical Support. So here we are, unlike my MC1000, this HD Lite matrix that I'm working with has a very old firmware version. And there's a new version available according to the Key Digital Cloud. It's version 1.22. So we press next to begin that firmware download sequence. Okay, so our firmware is successful now for the HD Lite. And just as before, I'm going to close out of the device manager software completely. So I can reopen it here from my desktop, because after that firmware load, it really should, it takes a moment to reload the drivers. And in fact, you'll even see that on the face of the HD Lite, it actually takes a few seconds to boot up, and you'll see the blue lights come back incrementally one at a time until it's 100% and then returns to normal blue light status, which is just one output per input being shown. Now we could enter setup. We show that it is successfully connected, and we have our firmware version that is the latest and the greatest. Our host IP is set to the default. If I'd like to change those settings for the host IP and the router IP, aka the default gateway, we go ahead and do so, and we are done.